Hello my friends, I'm Bee and this is Bee's Intuition, and today, oh my gosh, yes, I almost forgot why I'm filming this. So I just hit, or I guess we just hit 300 subscribers. So that's pretty crazy. I guess you could kind of call me famous, I guess. No big deal though. Don't worry, I'll stay humble, I promise. Anyways, I think I'm funny, but yeah, so like thank you so much for everybody that's decided to subscribe to this channel. I hope that you're very happy here, and I hope this feels like home for you, because I want it to, you know, we're a bee family. We got this hive collective going on, and I'm just so excited to see how much this channel will grow and expand, and how much or how many people will join our community here. And I don't know, that's so exciting to think about, and I truly appreciate every single one of you that is watching my videos, even if you don't like my videos or comment on them or whatever. I still appreciate all of you, and I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to say about that. What was it? Yeah, I think just thank you. Thank you very much for being here. And I hope that you continue to like it, I guess. So anyways, let's get into a subscriber special. And I'm going to be asking the cards and Spirit, what makes my subscribers so magical? I'm gonna try and do this as a quickie because my battery might die. So yeah, we're gonna try and do a quickie. Wish me luck. But yeah, so that's gonna be the theme, is what makes my subscribers so magical. Okay, please and thank you, Spirit. What makes the subscribers on this channel? That sounds like a weird way to phrase it. My brain is all over the place. I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best, but my head is a little frazzled today. Yes. What makes my subscribers so magical? Please and thank you, Spirit. What makes my subscribers so magical? Please and thank you, Spirit. Please and thank you. What makes our subscribers so magical? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. What do we have? Oh my goodness, that's one heck of a card to come out first. The Emperor. Your boss. Okay. Just out of curiosity, bottom of the deck is Page of Swords. People see you as a boss. You also may have like the way in which you manage things, the way in which you run things could be something that is very intriguing to other people. And also I just feel like you may have some sort of audience that's watching you kind of glow up or something here. Let me see if anything else comes out. What makes our subscribers so magical? Please and thank you, Spirit. Anything else for that? Ooh, King of Swords. I do see the King of Swords as another sort of boss sort of energy. Although I think he's maybe a little bit more no nonsense, but you know, still a good boss. Four of Cups, you're selective. Bottom of the deck, the Hierophant. You're a master of spirituality. You have divine wisdom, and a lot of information and knowledge. Yeah, let's start clarifying. Starting out with that Emperor card, let's see. What makes our subscribers so magical with that Emperor card? Please and thank you, Spirit. Ooh. Let's see what else. Ooh. Anything else for that Emperor card? Please and thank you, Spirit. Okay. Very interesting. Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles clarifying the Emperor, followed by the Two of Wands that came out in the reverse, Seven of Swords upright, and then the Lover's card upright. Oh, bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups. So yeah, double confirmation for Four of Cups. You're definitely somebody that has standards and boundaries probably with other people. So the Three of Pentacles is hitting me as like you're very much a team member, a team worker, a team player. That's what it is, a team player. So like you very much love collaborating with other people, working together with other people. Like I feel like that's the kind of way that you are a boss. Like you're not very, it's not giving me the energy of like somebody that's looking down on everybody and telling them what to do, but rather like helping them do stuff and like interacting in a way that's not like controlling, but rather just like out of pure help. Because like there is something very down to earth about you with that Three of Pentacles, I feel. With that Two of Wands in the reverse, I think that's really interesting actually. Oh my gosh, you know what? This is actually really interesting because now I'm getting the message. So the Two of Wands upright, there's like a little story about how he wanted so badly to be at this position, so he worked really hard and got to that position there. And then he's at the top, he's achieved what he wants to achieve, and then he's like, okay, but like what now? There's like a sense of something missing, there's a sense of like there's got to be something more to this. But in the reverse, it almost feels like you may be in a very contented place right now. You may not be like very concerned about like what now, or you know, what's next, or you know, like I don't think you feel that sense of something missing anymore. And that's interesting that I say anymore, because like maybe I'm seeing it as like you started out as a Two of Wands upright, like trying to find maybe your purpose, trying to find something that gives your life meaning or something. It feels almost like that, kind of like a trying to find something to really give somebody purpose. And I feel like you found that. I don't know if it's within like your career sphere with that Emperor card, because this is all clarifying the Emperor. So maybe within your career you found like what you're meant to do or what you want to do, or you found something that really like fulfills you, really like completes you. I'm even getting like there's something here, and it doesn't have to be career specifically. It could be like any area in which you're very passionate or passion driven, or putting a lot of effort and work into. Also, that Emperor tells me that you're very much respected amongst other people. And with that Three of Pentacles, you could be working with others, and it gives you such a feeling of contentment that you don't feel like you need to keep looking for your purpose or your something here. Like I feel like you found whatever it was that you were searching for before, if that makes any sense. The Seven of Swords is really interesting that it came out. To be honest, this is interesting because it's like I feel, yeah, like the message I'm getting more than anything is that you see these types of people, or you can see through people, and you can see when people are trying to get away with something, or trying to be sneaky, or trying to be negative, or like, you know, like those, if somebody has a hidden agenda, I feel like you can see right through them. Because I feel like there's almost like a familiarity about this type of energy that is the Seven of Swords. Like people being sneaky. I feel like you're very much used to this type of character or person or personality type, and I feel like you have like a very heightened sense of like if somebody's messing around, or like I'm getting specifically like, because this is clarifying the Emperor card, I'm almost thinking that this could even be within your career if you are a boss, or you know, whatever it is that you've been putting a lot of energy into and feeling that sense of fulfillment. Like you could use like your intuition as a way to like stay on task, or you know, correct mistakes or something. Like it feels like your intuition is a big like key player when it comes to what you do in life. And like I feel like you're very much able to see people's real intentions. And it kind of goes back to that Four of Cups kind of energy to me, is like you're very selective. So it's like I feel like you use your intuition as well to also be selective. So like when you sense that somebody's, you know, something's not adding up, or, you know, somebody may be trying to pull something behind the scenes, like your intuition is very good about picking up on those types of things, I feel. But also this kind of strikes me almost as like, well, there's another message, which I'm getting, like, it could even be something about how you have your own sort of style, your own little spin on things. Like there's something very specific to you that is very unique. Because I'm like very drawn to like not only his outfit, but the like tents in the background and how all of these colors, like they seem almost kind of randomly generated, or, you know, like there's like, it's not a matching outfit. It's very much like multiple different parts of it. And so it almost tells me of like Aquarius energy, or, you know, very like unique sense of style, sort of kind of personality. And this could be within whatever you are a boss at, you know, like it could be within your career that you have like your own style when it comes to if you are in a manager or boss role. It could be that like you have a very specific type of style of managing others. I also am getting very much a sense of creativity with this one too. So I feel like not only are you creative and you have your own style, it could also be a literal style. Maybe your physical style is very different from like people around you or something. Or I'm even getting like, there's even like a sense of like, how do I pronounce that word? Eccentricity? Eccentricity. That's the best way I can do it. Yeah, eccentric. I know I'm not pronouncing that right, but my tongue is just not forming the word. But yeah, it's almost like eccentric to an extent. You could even be slightly misunderstood by other people around you. But I'm also kind of like, this is interesting. I'm actually getting a lot of different messages with this card. There could even be like a slight cheekiness to you. And by that, there's like almost like this, because you're clearly very much a boss. And you're very well respected, because this is all clarifying the Emperor. The Emperor is well respected and very much seen as a boss. And that doesn't have to be literal, but it could be. But like there is an aspect here of like, you're professional, but there's something, I'm almost getting like a subtext. Like when you say something, like I feel like you're incredibly intelligent and you can like put things in sentences to still sound professional, but also maybe there's like a little bit of a like a innuendo, or like a little bit of like a cheeky little side note or like subtext, or I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's like you have a way of being professional, but also there's like a little that's what it is. There's a mischievous like inner child to you, I think, that people pick up on. So it's not like your business all the time, you know, very much like I'm strict, I'm very professional, and I never show anything else. It almost feels like if people know how to read into what you say, like you have like a way of like maybe incorporating like a little joke in there, but like it's worded in a way that it's not like inappropriate, or it's not very overt, and it almost is something that you kind of have to read into a little bit. And maybe there's also like a little spark behind your eye when you like, or a little glimmer or glint in your eye when you like try to do that kind of thing. Like, and maybe it's like the way you smile after you say something that kind of gives people the idea that you're like doing a little funny or like a little joke or a little bit or something like that. I think it makes you very likable, actually. Like this little mischievous part of yourself. I don't think that it's a bad like part of yourself, but I think it's just like a little bit of like, you like to have fun, I think, and maybe you like to push the envelope, but not in a way that's like, it feels very classy. Like I don't think that you're like somebody that like says things vulgarly or, you know, very, like I said, overtly, like, and make a joke that everybody understands. It's almost like people have to read into it to understand the punchline or something. But it's done in like such a very charming, professional sort of way. So it's almost like somebody could look at what you say at face value and be like, oh, okay, that's all professional. There's nothing to look into here. But then the people that know you or like kind of know that you kind of like have that little slight mischievous nature to you, they can like read into it and see that subtext of like, oh, that's a little cheeky little joke that they made there, or, you know, like that's a little I wonder if they meant it to come across that way. And it's like, you did, because you're very intelligent. Like you have a way with words that is very, I feel like, very unique to you. In a sense, it's such a sense words and like the way that you use words is coming up so strongly. That could be an area in which you're very magical. The way you speak, maybe you speak affirmations, maybe your affirmations come true. It could be part of a manifestation technique as well. The way that you talk to others, the way that you talk to yourself, about yourself. Yeah, maybe you should like, there could be something about like you using your voice, you communicating with others. Maybe that's even part of like your purpose in life or something. Maybe you found that there's like something special about the way that you communicate to others. And that, I feel like, is magical. Because to be honest, not everybody has that talent for being like sharp-witted, on, you know, quick on their feet when it comes to conversations and stuff. And people can so easily cross that boundary of like, okay, this is no longer appropriate for work, this is inappropriate. But you never cross that threshold. You're always like towing the line, or whatever that saying is. Like you're very much like on the edge of it, but in a way that's still professional and still classy. But yeah, you may even find that like you could get like a lot of fulfillment out of speaking or communicating or doing something with your voice or sharing your opinion about things. That could be quite significant, and I feel like that could even very much like affect other people in a very positive way, the way in which you speak. But I guess there's also a downside to that, having the power of speech, because like if you say something in the wrong tone of voice, if you say something and it sounds a little bit mean or something, like it can so easily backfire on you because you have that skill with words. So like say you lose your temper and you say something to somebody, it could like devastate that person, and maybe you don't even realize it because it's such a natural ability that you have that you may not even really notice that your words hold so much like weight to them, you know? And so maybe even sometimes you're confused, like, why are you offended with what I just said? Like, it's the truth, or, you know, whatever. But yeah, so you may even have to kind of be careful about what you say sometimes. And, you know, maybe you're very much like a person that likes to think those types of things through before saying them. Like, you feel very thoughtful about your communication. But because it is like, it feels like it is like a magical power that you have, the ability to communicate, the ability to use speech in such a way that is very powerful and impacts other people. So you may find yourself like having to really be selective with the words that you use, be selective with the way in which you go about communicating things, and taking other people's feelings into consideration. But yeah, I think you really stand out for the way that you communicate. With the Lover's card, I think that you're a very kind person. You're also very, what's the word, diplomatic, I feel like. You like to give people, I don't know if that's even the correct definition of the word, but I'm getting like you're very much like you like to give people the benefit of the doubt. You also have a very kind way of speaking to others, which kind of goes back to that communication message that I was getting. Like, it's giving benevolent overlord. Like, it feels very vanilla. Like, even though you are in this position of power in a lot of people's eyes, you may even be very much influential to others that are around you, but you have a certain peace about you, a certain groundedness to you. Like, I don't think that you're the type of person to, when you have some sense of power, I don't think you are the person to kind of abuse that place of power. I don't think you abuse your power. I don't think that you use it to, you know, to even, like, you don't even use it to, like, try and, like, get your own way, or, you know, if you had a hidden agenda. Like, you definitely are not that kind of person to use their power in a bad way, or in a controlling way, or a malicious way. It's very much like chill, go with the flow. You may even find that people like feel very comfortable around you. Yeah, I think that you have very much an ability for sharing, dispersing information with others in a way that is very easy to understand. And I feel like even though people see you as maybe this wise figure, and maybe they sort of like put you on a pedestal to a degree, not even just romantically, but just people in general, because that's how powerful your energy is. They may sort of put you on a pedestal, and so they might see you as like a little bit higher up than them, but because of the way you are, it feels like you're very much down to earth, like you're on the same level as them, even though mentally they may perceive you as being like more experienced, more wise, more whatever. You have a very like down to earth sort of personality that I feel like balances it out very well. There's also something about choices with this one. I'm even getting like maybe you allow your intuition to guide your choices, and that may have been working out for you really well. Or maybe that's like the secret recipe or something for your success, is like when you let your intuition guide the way, maybe even messages from spirit, when you let those guide the way, you make better choices. Maybe you have more opportunities. Like, it feels very positive, the choices that you've been making, and they feel like they're on your divine path. And I do get like people may look, oh, maybe that's what it is. So maybe it's like simply just because of like you giving off this emperor type of energy, power. I feel like people in general just look up to you, like maybe in times of turbulence or times of being afraid, they look to you as like, to like, you know, they look to you and ask like, what should I do? You know, that seems like almost like the type of person that you may be in, like maybe in a friendship group, or maybe just in general, maybe in the career. Like, it feels like very much like if somebody does not know what to do, they may go to you, because maybe it even feels like you always know what to do. Even if you feel like that's not true, other people could perceive that about you. Like, you always seem to know what to do in every given situation. Like, you know what choices are the best, you know what choices will have like the best outcomes, best results. And so I feel like people really respect you for the knowledge that you contain. And I feel like you're very much like down to earth, like I said, when you give out that sort of information. So it's very much like a, you don't have like a condescending way about you. Like, even though people see that you're very knowledgeable, very wise, like, it doesn't go to your head. And I feel like people may, if it was a different type of person that had that kind of position of power, maybe certain people wouldn't like going to that person to get that information, or you know, maybe that other person would abuse their power or something in some way. But it feels like you have gained a lot of people's confidence in you, and I feel like it's simply by you just simply doing what you need to do, being a boss in the way that you are. And I feel like there's also such a strong feeling of humanity in your energy. I feel like you care a lot for the earth, you care a lot for society, you care a lot for like future generations. It feels like you're very much like a humanitarian, and I feel like you very much believe in humanity and doing things like for the right reasons. I feel like, yeah, there's something very strong about that here, and I think that's also why people love to get advice from you, love to like hear what you have to say about certain things, because you just have such a beautiful way about you. Yeah, it's very magical, very, very magical. That's beautiful. I really like that energy. And then at the bottom of the deck with the Four of Cups, yeah, I swear, sometimes my mouth speaks faster than my brain, I think. Yeah. Anyways, Four of Cups, let's see. You've grown the ability to create boundaries with others, to be selective with the people, situations, or opportunities that come in. You're very selective with like who you let in and who you don't. You have high standards, but in a good way. I feel like this is like, it feels very much like a healthy amount of boundaries, a healthy amount of being selective, a very healthy amount of being or holding standards and having standards. And I feel like that also causes people to really like respect you as well. The fact that you're not just willing to take anything and anyone, that the fact that you're not like, there is some sense of like consideration that you put into things before making decisions, especially if it's something new that you're allowing into your life. Like you have like, I don't even know how to word it, but like it pretty much feels like you are very much like, well, and I think there's a bit of a confidence behind that as well, because like when you know yourself enough, you know what you're willing to accept and what you're not. You know what you're worthy of and what you're not. And so I feel like that's kind of what this is telling us too, is like, you know your own value, and it feels like this is a skill that you've had to learn throughout your life. And maybe sometimes it was easier than others, but you've grown these boundaries, you've grown this ability to set standards and hold people to a standard, you know, hold people accountable even. And honestly, like, not everybody can do that kind of stuff. Being selective, being picky and choosy. And sometimes society tells us that that's not the way to go. But it feels like that's exactly like what you need to do. And it inspires others, I think, to do the same thing. To have confidence, to have self-respect, to make those boundaries, or establish those boundaries, set those standards. Yeah, there's something very much that's like inspiring about the way that you have your boundaries and you have your standards and all of that, because it gives like you value yourself, like you know what you're worth, like, and that's something that some people I think really struggle with, so they may really admire that part about you. I'm also even getting like potentially like removing your ego even from making certain decisions, because our egos tend to control a lot of the decisions that we make, and not for the better. So I feel like something about this also speaks to like you removing your ego from the equation and being able to make these decisions that are way more maybe objective, maybe like bigger perspective, like you're not looking at the small situation but rather the big perspective, the big story. Beautiful bird sound. Okay, let's go on to the King of Swords. Please and thank you, Spirit. What do we got for that King of Swords for for the subscribers? Oh, okay. Anything else for that King of Swords? Telling us what makes our subscribers so magical. That's what it is. This is interesting. Okay. So clarifying that King of Swords, King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups. I wonder if this is... I'm just gonna say what I'm picking up on. It may not come across very clearly, but it's almost like I'm getting... This could be energies that are around you. I don't even know if I'm in the frame that I'm showing you that. But like, there's something about you that very much like, yeah, I'm just gonna say it. It feels like you have a way about you that almost like forces people, if they want to come towards you, they have to be in their power, or they have to be at their best, or they like something about you very much like motivates people to be at their best, maybe even inspires people to be at their best. And so like they like, especially when coming into contact with you, it's like they have to be acting right. Like you, and I think this has to do with your standards, to be honest. It's like you have such high standards that people, when they come towards you, when they even, like, this could even just be people that just want to have a plain old everyday conversation with you. Doesn't even have to necessarily be romantic, but romance could be a part of it. But it feels like you like cause people to step up, or maybe put more thought into the way that they present themselves, or like put more thought into the way in which they communicate. Like there's like, you help people maybe become more self-aware of themselves and like kind of realize, I don't know. Yeah, like it's like your standards help other people either get standards for themselves, like maybe set their own standards, but also you help people to want to like live up to those standards. So you like by simply you having standards, it inspires and motivates other people to want to step up their game, pretty much is what I'm picking up on with that. And since it's like 3 different characters, it looks like. I mean, it's possible this could all be the same person, but it feels almost like right now it's like 3 different people with this. And so I'm almost even getting, you could be a popular person in terms of like maybe romance, or maybe just like, I don't know, it doesn't even feel like it's specifically romance, but rather just like in general, people just love to, that's a weird sentence to say, but I think people love to be held to a standard or something. Or maybe these people specifically like to be held to a standard, and you inspire them and motivate them to be on, like, live up to those standards and stuff. And I feel like this is your energy at the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Cups. Like, you just have a very loving way about you, but it's almost like, it's like unconditional love, but you do have like boundaries, like healthy boundaries. Like I think you give love very freely, but not if it is at a detriment to yourself. And I think that that also helps people see that you have standards and want to live up to those standards, because there is very much a like an element of like self-love with the Queen of Cups, and like, you know, self-worth, self-valuing, like and also you just have such a good energy that I feel like people like just genuinely don't want to, like, it feels like, honestly, I'm picking up on the message, like, you know, they're a good person. So people might think very much that you are a good person. And I personally, I don't really care for the terms like good person or bad person, because I don't think that that really exists, because we're all human and we're very complex. But yeah, I would say probably in most people's eyes you come across as a very good person. And like, and just by being that sort of energy, I feel like people naturally either, you know, want to live up to your standards, or they don't want to hurt you. Like, it feels like, you know, hurt you by not living up to your standards, or, you know, acting accordingly, or correctly, I should say. Yeah, I feel like there's something very much about you that like people are, yeah, they just respect you. They respect you because like you really do seem genuine and kind. I think is the most like is a really big part of it. But you also did show up as the Emperor earlier, so you're also boss energy. And so like even though you have this very kind, sweet disposition, I think people also know that you can turn on that boss mode at any point and cut people out or cut them off or, you know, whatever. Yeah. What else about this King of Swords, please, and thank you, Spirit? Two of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so upright, this is like, I'm confused, I don't know which way to go or what to choose. In the reverse, it's almost like I know exactly what to choose. And I think that you help people make decisions. I don't even know, oh, got makeup, oh, whatever. You help people to make decisions. Like you make decisions much more clearer. And this could go back to communication too. Like the way that you communicate things. Yeah, maybe you word things in a specific way that helps people understand a situation better. So say somebody has a choice of, I don't know, doing something, but maybe like, you have a way of explaining it in a way that makes sense to other people that may not be familiar with like certain types of jargon and certain types of like language that may be more confusing to other people. Like you have a way of wording things, I think, and it helps people make decisions. You also may come across as somebody that doesn't have a hard time making decisions. Of course, you probably feel differently about that. You probably feel like it's difficult to make decisions sometimes, especially. But I think that there's like a very much a confidence about you that I think people kind of maybe just assume that you have a very easy time making decisions because maybe you're so tapped into your own worth, your own like self-knowledge, like the knowledge of yourself, and therefore you can make decisions relatively easily. So that could be something that people notice / admire about you. Maybe people even see that as some sort of magical ability, being able to make decisions that may even be difficult decisions. So that could be another part, is like maybe you make very difficult decisions. There's also like a part to the Two of Swords about like listening to your intuition. So yeah, you probably let your intuition guide the way when you make choices, decisions. And again, that could even inspire or motivate other people to make hard decisions. And it's interesting too that because like at the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Cups. So like I'm getting maybe even specifically like in relation to love even. Maybe you're not afraid to go outside of your comfort zone. That's what it is. So like say you're in a connection with somebody but they're not treating you right. Maybe somebody else would find a million reasons why to stay with that person that's not treating them right. But you, on the other hand, you're like, I'm not afraid to let this person go and do my own thing. And I think that that's probably very impressive to people. And I'm thinking that, like, I don't even know how to word this. Like, it's like, yeah, maybe it's like you inspire other people. I'm getting specifically like relationships. Like you may have left at least one or maybe multiple situations or relationships where like you weren't being treated properly, and you know anybody else would have stayed in those situations, but because you respect yourself, because you value yourself, you were like, I'm not putting up with this anymore, I'm heading out. And I feel like that is something that may inspire other people to do the same thing. And I feel like maybe even in specific, like I'm getting like literally a story here of like somebody sees that you left behind potentially like something quite serious, whether it was a relationship or not. but I feel like maybe relationship. I'm getting relationship vibes really strong. But like maybe you left behind somebody and it was not easy for you. Maybe you had to start your whole life over again, or maybe that's how you felt. But when people learn that you've done that, or they see your progress, or they see that you've done that somehow, it really very much, I think, inspires them to do the same thing. So maybe people that maybe were not so happy in their relationships or in their love life decide to kind of act like you and, you know, make those difficult decisions, make the decision to walk away from the people that are not serving us, that are not treating us right, or how we deserve to be treated. And I feel like people, like, honestly, I'm getting that people could fall in love with that quality about you, because I think it's honestly just very rare in our society. Like, because I mean, yeah, I mean, I see it all the time. And it sucks sometimes having an intuition, because I can tell sometimes the people that are just really miserable in their relationships, but because they think that they don't deserve better, that they can't get better, that there's nobody else out there, they just stay in these relationships that like drain the life out of them. It's really sad. So yeah, like, it's way more common to see people sticking with a relationship that is not for them, or that is not good for them. But because you don't do that, it stands out. And that could also be kind of playing into you having a specific set of standards. And people have to come correctly and live up to those standards if they want to have like a chance with you, or just a conversation with you. Like, it feels like you very much have this way about you, that you're not willing to like put up with BS, pretty much. But yeah, I feel like people may find that very attractive about you, that you have those kinds of standards, that you're willing to remove yourself out of relationships that are not serving you. And you can also encourage people to like leave behind those situations, romantic relationships or whatever, and then come towards you. Maybe it's just specifically one person, but it feels like somebody here, yeah, maybe I'm just picking up on one energy in particular, but it feels like somebody has been inspired by you leaving behind relationships or making those very difficult decisions that are rare for people to make most of the time. And I think that somebody here saw that and they really liked that, and they are like following your example or something, and now they're like letting their heart lead the way. So this could be even somebody that wants to approach you. Yeah, I think that you probably do attract people. Whether they say this or not is a different case. Yeah, I feel like you have a lot of admirers, but they probably don't tell you this because I think that because of your standards, because you respect yourself, it's very attractive, but it's also very intimidating to certain people. Yeah, so like those standards I think are very attractive because they're so rare and unique in our society, but it also intimidates them at the same time because it's so rare. And I feel like maybe people almost are afraid because you're a very rare person, they're really afraid of fumbling. So I think a lot of people may not even tell you that they are attracted to you or that they, you know, are interested in pursuing something with you. Most of the time probably just because they're so intimidated by your energy that is so strong and powerful and amazing. Like, I feel like, yeah, it's like you simultaneously leave these people in awe, and they're like attracted to you but also intimidated by you at the same time. But of course, like, that's not your issue. Like, that's them having to move through their own insecurities and, you know, triggers and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, but it feels like somebody in particular does want to actually take that action towards you to express their feelings at some point. And it feels, Okay, I'm getting a simp energy from this person. This person actually really admires you. I think that would be a way that this person would actually flirt with you, is like, it's like, this feels different almost. It feels like this is like a person that doesn't give those stereotypical compliments or those everyday compliments, like, you know, oh, you're so pretty, or you're, I don't know, you got a nice body. Like, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like these are the kinds of like compliments that really speak to who you are as an individual, and maybe that's what makes this person stand out to you. There's somebody in particular that I'm picking up on, and they would like to compliment you, but for like the person that you are rather than who you appear to be in the world, if that makes any sense. Like, it feels like it's beyond your physical appearance. Like, they love your mind and they want to compliment that, or like they love that you have standards, they love that you respect yourself, that you value yourself. It feels like this is the type of person that wants to give those types of compliments to you, because this is somebody, I think, that sees beyond the exterior when it comes to you. Like, there's something very, very captivating about who you are as an individual, and I feel like it's really speaking to somebody in particular right now. Yeah, okay, so let's go into the Four of Cups. Please, Nike Spirit. What do we got? What do we got? For the not for the collective, for the subscribers. What makes our subscribers so magical? Please and thank you with that Four of Cups. Ooh, okay. Okay. Oh my. Wowzers. Okay, this one's insane. Knight of Cups. The Magician. The World. Judgment. Nine of Cups. Like, hello? That's literally insane. Okay. Also, bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands. Okay, I think I'm right. There is somebody in your energy right now. Ooh, I kind of like this. I'm just gonna say it before I get too distracted by the cards. I'm getting a download about, like, this person might, because I think that maybe you even have like psychic abilities, and maybe it's just a very strong intuition or something, but like, there's somebody else that sees themselves in you, and I think that person may be highly intuitive as well, or psychic as well. I don't know why I'm picking up on that, but anyways, let's focus on what came out. So the first one I saw was the Knight of Cups. I feel like, honestly, this goes with what I was literally just saying in that last row. Because you have these standards, you're very attractive to somebody, and they really want to tell you. I think this is the person that I was just talking about. They want to give you compliments about your standards and how you are as an individual, like literally inside. Like, this is internal compliments. And I think that's going to mean the world to you, because it's like they're so specific to you that you know they're not BS, you know what I mean? Because it shows that this person actually pays attention to you, actually, like, you know, even knows you a little bit potentially. So it's like, it's so much more about your character than anything else, it feels like. And I don't want that to sound like they're not attracted to you, because I think that they definitely could be attracted to you, but it's so much more than that. And I feel like this person, if they're gonna flirt with you, they're gonna try and like give you those types of compliments that are like deep compliments, not just like superficial, like, you know, pulling them out of a hat, like generic, could be used for anyone sort of compliments. Like, these are specific compliments, and I feel like you can tell that this person is real genuine. This person's really attracted to you though, and because you have those standards, they're there's something about you, like in the power or the self-value, like the fact that you value yourself so much, like it's very attractive to this person. Like I'm literally hearing the word bae and then that emoji with the heart eyes. Like this person sees you as like a good match to themselves. Okay, and then the Magician, the World card, Judgment. Like these are crazy cards to come out. And then the Nine of Cups, which the Nine of Cups speaks to a wish fulfillment, and I think you're somebody's wish come true, truly. This is how they see you. That makes so much more sense. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you're clearly connected to the divine and magical. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This person sees that you're magical. I swear. And that's why they're popping up in this reading. Because like not only do they want to approach you and all that, they see the magic inside of you. This is really cool, actually. I think this person might either be highly intuitive, maybe spiritual, or psychic. Like, because they see deep into you. And maybe you don't even know that this person sees deep into you like that. But they see that you're connected to the divine, that you manifest the life that you want. You're powerful enough to manifest the life that you want. And you, like, I'm getting the message that you work magic each and every day. Maybe they even feel like you may have put like a little bit of a spell or a charm on them. Not in a bad way though. Like it almost feels like every time they see you or they're around you, like you give them some sort of energy boost or like a happy feeling or something. And maybe that's more so what they're talking about. It's like something about you is very spell-like, or I don't know. Like your energy affects the energy of the room, but in a positive way. So like it say somebody's in a bad mood, all it takes is just you walking up to them or looking at them or smiling at them, and then they're like, okay, life's good. Like it feels like that kind of person. Or that's how they see you, is very much somebody that can change the energy in a room and for the better, you know? Like it feels like you're very much that kind of person. The World card. Again, this person sees you as a very divine person, somebody that is really tapped into the divine, spirit. Okay, I'm even getting like an angelic sort of energy they see in you. I do think that they are very attracted to you. But yeah, again, it's so much more than that. It's not just based in physical attraction. Yeah, it almost feels like they see you in a position of power in general. Maybe they see themselves as a little bit beneath you in a way. Because I'm even getting like they really want you to choose them. They want you to judge them in their favor. Like I think they very much care a lot about what you think of them. And they really, really, really would love to have a chance with you, it feels like. Oh my gosh. I'm getting the message. You can take me here, right now, baby. Like there's something even like, maybe even a little bit thirsty about this individual. But it's not, again, it's not about the physical attraction. It's just like they just crave you. Like everything that you are, especially on the inside. That's actually really cute. Yeah, and then the Nine of Cups. Like, this is somebody that very much sees you as a wish fulfillment for them. I'm getting even dream person, or like dream person sent from heaven even, is what I'm getting. A dream lover, like that song from like the 60s or something. Or 50s. Like, Like, I need a dream lover so I won't have to dream alone. Something like that. I'll try and include it in the edit because I don't remember artist or name of the song. But yeah, you're definitely like a wish come true for this person. I feel like you would make this person feel incredibly contented with life if they even just stood a chance at all. They really do look up to you though. And yeah, that could be slightly intimidating, but it's like even though they are intimidated, it doesn't seem like it's slowing them down much from coming towards you. Maybe it did at the beginning, but now it's like they're okay, or like they're good enough that they can actually take some action towards you. And maybe it's simply that they don't want to miss out on this wish fulfillment. Maybe it would be dumb for them to do so. In their mind, I mean. Bottom of the deck with that 8 of Wands, like this could be somebody that really wants to communicate something to you. And this is kind of showing me that they are physically attracted to you, but it's not everything. And it's definitely not everything, especially with 3 major arcana coming out to represent you. This person really sees the impact that you have on this world, that you have on your community. That, I mean, the impact that you have on them, they definitely feel that. Like they really like appreciate you and want to celebrate you. There's something very much about like, you're like a star in their eyes, you know what I mean? Like a movie star even. Like, you're so ideal for them. It's like specifically, like it feels almost like you were hand carved to be their partner or something. Like that's how they see you. Like you're so perfect for them in some way. It's really beautiful. Like they really, really, really admire you. Like I don't even think I can properly articulate how much they just how much they appreciate you, admire you, look up to you. Like yeah, they really, like I think this person really does look up to you, and you probably inspire them, motivate them to do things that you do that are very healthy or good for yourself. Like if you practice self-care, they want to practice self-care. If you're making these difficult decisions, they also want to make these difficult decisions. And I think a lot of it has to do with them wanting to feel worthy of you, wanting to feel like they're on the same level as you, and that they actually have a chance with you as well. But it feels like very enthusiastic communication from this person. And it may be more, it may come in quicker than you assume or think. Like honestly, I feel like they just have growth on the brain. Like whatever it is that the two of you share, this connection, they just want it to grow. And they want to see if it's possible to even grow the connection that the two of you share. Because it's literally everything that they would want and more. Like I'm getting and more specifically. Like it's underlined. And more. Yeah. And I do think that with that Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, the other deck, they definitely see you as a very wise, spiritual teacher of some sort. You may even be this person's spiritual teacher, like, but like in a non-direct way. I don't even know if that makes any sense, but like you teach them so much about their own spirituality, and they may not even be like, I don't think you're even like telling them about your spirituality or, you know, telling them how to improve on their spirituality or whatever. I think they just naturally observe, and therefore they become inspired and start doing those types of things because they see you doing them, or they see how they have affected you for the better or something, like the decisions that you make. But yeah, I feel like they probably do see you as like some sort of like wise person in the community, somebody that has a lot of knowledge, information, wisdom, and I think they appreciate that as well. Again, there's so much about you being tapped into the divine, and I think that's a superpower or like a magical ability that you have, like your connection to spirit, your ability to communicate with spirit. well, that's the reading. That's what makes you so magical. I really hope that you enjoyed this. And I hope it resonated. If it resonated, feel free to like, comment. Oh, okay, so this is for my subscribers, so I'm like trying to think of how to word this. So, wait. So if it resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, and I guess if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, or if you want to. Like, I'm not trying to tell anybody to subscribe. Like, no, I'm not. Let me think, because my outro usually is like for people to subscribe, so I'm like trying to think of how to rearrange this. Whatever, I'll just go with my spiel. So if you subscribe, you can become a part of the Hive Collective, because my name is Bee. Bees live in hives, and you could become an honorary bee like me, and we could be a little bee family together. And if you like my readings and you'd like to see more, be sure to click that bell icon down below so that YouTube actually notifies you next time I upload. And thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.